Hey guys, this is Josh F151 Tech back with another video. And in this video, I'm actually going to be sharing with you guys a final upgrade that I actually made with the Chester Cheetah version 2 gateway / modem and set up the waveform 4x4 antenna that I actually have up here in the attic. So if you guys can see here, for those of you that are, new to the channel, or you guys have been around for a while with the channel, on the channel, I used to actually have the Chester Cheetah version 2 gateway / modem up here in the attic. So I thought about it more because somebody actually commented on my video yesterday and told me, if there actually is a way that you can put the Chester Cheetah version 2 gateway / modem out of the attic and actually put it somewhere cooler, he told me, that I'm also, kind of at like a fire risk up here, with all those fans and everything running. And like I said, the electrical, outlets up here are very old. They're not even 3-prong outlets. So I have a old, outlet over there, and I also have an older outlet over here that's actually has a surge protector on it over there, if you guys can see that. I have the fan plugged into that, and also the light that's over there plugged into that, with an extension cord. So there is quite a bit of, electricity up here, even though it's older. That's definitely not a good thing, to have a whole bunch of, things plugged in. And not only that, the guy told me, he said not only is it a fire risk, but he also told me, that, the core, that the gateway is, whether it be a third-party, gateway or a stock, gateway from actual, T-Mobile or Verizon or AT&T, it doesn't really matter what, gateway it is. He told me, it would be better, if I can get it, somewhere where it's actually cooler and it has more airflow, and stuff like that. So I kind of thought about it more, I kind of thought to myself, I have like 4 or 5 fans up here, blowing on, not only the gateway itself, but also, like the electrical stuff, like the outlets, all that kind of stuff. So, he was kind of right about that. That's kind of like a fire hazard. So I thought more about it, and what I actually did was, I'll show you guys in a minute my setup that I have downstairs on the 2nd floor. So I actually, long story short, I basically ran, the antenna and the Ethernet cable, down to the 2nd floor. I drilled a hole, and I actually have it in my room with air conditioning now, AC. So it's definitely, a lot cooler than it was before. And I don't have to really worry about having, fans blowing directly on it. But I might actually still have a fan blowing on the SD card. Not the SD card, I keep saying that, because I'm so used to using, like cameras and stuff. The SIM card, where the SIM card is actually at. So I might actually still use that white fan over there, to actually blow some air onto that, or I might actually use one of those black fans over there, to do that, because it's not, like it's not getting air, now. It doesn't really need to be, too cool, because it's already, in air conditioned now, it's in AC now. So that's definitely a good thing, but, I still have fans up here, and I actually have these fans on low right now. They can go all the way up to 3. I still have this one on over here. I have this one on, low as well, for the sake of the video. But when I go down, I'm gonna, turn this back on to rotating back and forth. And I'm gonna put it back on to level 3 there. But right now they're on level 1. But I do actually have a fan blowing directly on the waveform 4x4 antenna itself, and it actually does seem to actually help with the speed some. I've noticed that, I ran some speed tests after I let the fan blow on this for about an hour or so, and lo and behold, it actually does seem to be helping with the speeds, to be more consistent. I don't know if it's really that, or, it also could be that the gateway, the Chester Cheetah version 2 gateway / slash modem is actually, you know, in a cooler place now. You know, but like I've said, you know, in my other videos, you know, if you can keep the, you know, the equipment, you know, as cool as possible, you know, that's definitely the best thing that you can do. You know, so I figured, why not? You know, I have another pedestal fan, so I figured, you know, I might as well have a fan, you know, blowing directly on the, you know, waveform 4x4 antenna. I don't know if it really does anything, you know, but, you know, it doesn't hurt to, you know, keep it a little bit cooler up here, you know, and then have this fan over here, you know, blowing it, you know, full force, you know, highest setting, you know, and that one, you know, blowing it, you know, the highest setting. But, you know, like I said, for the sake of the video, I have it only on one, you know, so it's not really that loud. And I have that window open, and that window open over there. But, you know, I don't really need to keep it as cool up here, you know, but like I said, you know, if it will actually help, you know, to keep it cooler up here, you know, for the waveform 4x4 antenna, you know, then I'm going to still, you know, keep it as cool as possible up here. I don't know, you know, if that, you know, really helps or not, but, you know, it doesn't really hurt to try, you know. So, so, you know, basically, you know, I can show you guys the setup that I have. So, you know, like I said, I'm probably going to take that fan down, or I'm going to use one of those other ones over there, and actually, you know, put it near the SIM card tray, you know, and try to, you know, keep it as cool as possible, you know, even though it is in AC, you know, now. But, so I actually have the cord running, you know, the Ethernet cord. I have the Ethernet cord. It's actually not up here anymore. It's actually running through a closet downstairs. I'm not going to, you know, really get too much into that, but, you know, I actually do need to clean up the attic up here because it is, you know, becoming a mess. But I have this cable, the antenna cable, running down here, and it's actually going into the wall over there, near the steps right there. So I'll actually show you guys a little bit more of that. I'll actually turn this light on so you can see. And as you guys can see, you know, I drilled a hole, you know, a pretty big hole, and then that's actually running downstairs, well, to the second floor, you know, to my room. And I'll actually come down here and I'll actually show you guys where my room is actually at. Sorry about those clothes over there. I have to put them in the and clothes in here. Have to put those in my washer. But yeah, this is actually the setup that I have. This is the setup that I have, and I have it, you know, up here on my, you know, basically my shelf here that I have, you know, a bunch of stuff, a bunch of pictures and stuff, you know, of my dad and my niece and everything. But so basically, you know, this is the setup here. You know, this is the setup in my room. You know, I have my AC over here, you know, the air condition. I have a fan, you know, I keep that on normally, but for the sake of the video, I turned it off so it's not as loud. But I have that fan going, you know, I have it going back and forth, you know, for when the AC shuts off, because it's actually on power saver. But, you know, it stays cool enough in here, you know, for this to, you know, definitely work as, you know, good as it needs to work. I actually did put a, you know, like a microfiber cloth over the 5G thing up here, because that does actually, you know, that is, you know, pretty bright at night. And I actually put this train here over this, you know, so I can sleep better, you know, so I don't have to worry about, you know, the, you know, seeing the, you know, bright lights and everything. And I have a whole bunch of other stuff in here as well, so I thought to myself, you know, I might as well, you know, just put the gateway in here as well, you know, so it's not much of a fire hazard, you know, like it was up in the attic. You know, it's not so much of a fire hazard, but it was getting very warm up there, you know, even with the fans blowing on it. And I might actually take these antennas off, because those are the Wi-Fi antennas, so I don't really need them. You know, I might actually take those antennas off and put them somewhere safe, you know, so I don't lose them or anything. But, you know, as you guys can see, I don't actually have the Wi-Fi on the, you know, Chester Cheetah version 2 gateway itself, you know, slash modem, whatever you want to call it, gateway slash modem. But I don't actually have the Wi-Fi on, because I actually have Google Nest Wi-Fi Pro 6E. I can actually show you guys that. And as you can see right there, that's actually one of the main, that's the main, you know, basically the main router itself, you know, the main router. So that's a, you know, Google Nest Wi-Fi Pro 6E mesh system. So that's that's basically the setup, though. That's basically the setup that I have. It's like I said, I ran it through the wall. I thought more about it. I thought to myself, well, this is definitely a better setup. It's not really the best setup, but it's better than having it up there in the heat and everything. I don't really like actually having it here, on this shelf here. But the thing is, the cable is only like 50 feet long, and I'm not gonna buy another cable or anything just to have it in a cooler place, or in a better place, I should say. It is already in a cooler place, but I'm not gonna I was actually gonna move it over here and put it on this desk or something, but I got a bunch of crap on the desk and everything, and I got my laptop there, I got my my monitors and stuff up here, I got my speakers and stuff up there, so I thought to myself, this is the best place for it, at least right now, so I figured, I would just put it there, and actually the cable doesn't reach, like I said, I tried to reach the waveform 4x4 antenna cable, over there, and it didn't actually want to reach, and plus, I have my Raspberry Pis, and everything down there. I actually have a Pi-hole server set up, so I have all my stuff, my Raspberry Pis and everything down there. I have a Raspberry Pi 4, and then I have a Raspberry Pi 3, as a backup Pi-hole server. So, if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically a server that allows you to block ads, and tracking and malware and all that kind of stuff on your, on your home network. But that's basically the video, guys. That's basically the updated video. Like I said, I am going to, be doing further testing with the Metro by T-Mobile tablet SIM card. I actually have it right here. This is the tablet, the TCL tablet that I actually got from Metro by T-Mobile. And if you guys don't know, if you guys aren't familiar with the channel, I actually have a Metro by T-Mobile SIM card in the, gateway itself, in the, the Chester Cheetah version 2 gateway / modem itself. I'm doing further testing, with that, but with this, it's getting the, same signal that I was getting, when I had it, up in the attic, so it's not gonna really change the signal, because I have it down here, it's not gonna really change the signal or anything, because like I said, the waveform 4x4 antenna, is still up in the attic, so it's not gonna really change the signal dramatically or anything. I made sure of that, before I actually, started making this video. I ran some speed tests and everything, before I started making this video. I actually did this last night, so I'm actually kind of tired today, because I was actually up around 2 or 3 o'clock last night, and I was, moving the stuff around and everything, as you guys could see, before I, came in here. The attic was a mess up there, so I gotta, go up there and straighten that around, put stuff back and everything like that. But the good thing is, I thought about it more, and I thought to myself, what, that guy was right, he was right about that. When it comes to the, the heat and everything, he was right about that, when it comes to the heat, when it comes to fire risks, all that kind of stuff. So I just thought to myself, it's definitely in a better place now, and the waveform 4x4 antenna, is made to be outside, so that's fine, that's, up in the attic still. But, even with this, I thought to myself more, like I said, I thought to myself more, last night about it, I thought to myself, yeah, that guy is definitely right, so, I don't know by name, I forget, whose name it was that actually said that, on my channel, but I really appreciate you saying that to me, because that made me think about it, especially with the older electric up there, like I said, with this is actually plugged in, directly to an outlet actually underneath it here, so that's actually, directly, plugged in, to a 3-prong outlet, unlike the one that was actually up in the attic, that was actually a 2-prong outlet, that I kind of, converted into a 3-prong outlet. So, all in all, it's definitely a safer setup, it's a safer setup, heat-wise for the gateway itself, and it's also a safer setup, for the, fire-wise, and stuff like that. So, like I said, I'm still going to have the, attic as cool as possible, like I said, I'm not going to go up there right now again, because it's, blazing hot up there, but, I actually can can go back up there, I'll actually show you guys the temperature up there, you know, right now. I'll actually, you know, let you guys see that. So as you guys can see right there, 103 degrees up here. So it is very hot up here. So, you know, like I said, you know, you know, like I said, I did think more about it, you know, and I thought to myself, you know, that guy is right, you know, about, you know, the attic, you know, being overly hot, and, you know, even with fans and stuff. I'm actually going to stand in front of this fan because it is hot up here. But even with fans and stuff, you know, like he said, you know, blowing hot air, you know, on, you know, electronics, you know, it'll help a little bit, but it's not going to actually, you know, help with the, you know, the hotness up here. You know, it'll help a little bit, you know, it'll keep the air circulated and stuff like that, you know, so it doesn't actually overheat and everything. But, you know, it's definitely a better, you know, setup. You know, it's definitely a better setup the way that I have it. And I still have, you know, you know, quite a bit of, you know, cord here, you know, that I can mess around with. You know, if I ever have to move the antenna or anything, you know, I can move it, you know, to left to right. You know, I have enough cord right here, you know, to be able to do that. So that's definitely a good thing. You know, it's a 50-foot cord, you know, a heavy-duty cord. So, you know, that's definitely a good thing. And like I said, you know, I still am going to keep up here, you know, as ventilated as possible. You know, I'm still going to keep that window open over there. I'm still going to keep that window open over there. I'm going to keep these two fans on, you know, at, you know, as high as possible. You know, I do actually have them still set up to turn on and off automatically. There's a smart plug over there, if you guys can see that, and then I have a smart plug plugged into this one as well, over there, if you guys can see that, plugged into that surge protector over there. But like I said, you know, for the sake of the video, you know, I have the fans, you know, on the lowest setting. You know, I have them on 1 right now, you know, for the sake of making this video. But I got to get the attic cleaned up, and everything, you know, and I probably will, like I said, I think I did say that, you know, I'm gonna actually, I don't think I actually mentioned that, but, I am actually gonna probably keep that white fan right there, up here, and I'm probably gonna, you know, have that actually blowing on the, surge protector over there, you know, just for a little bit more protection up here. You know, I don't like to have too much stuff, you know, plugged in up here, you know, but, you know, I want to keep this fan on, you know, to keep the, waveform 4x4 antenna as cool as possible, and then I want to obviously keep this fan on, you know, that blows left to right, you know, to keep, you know, the whole area, you know, as cool as possible. And then, you know, I can have, you know, that small fan, you know, that small white fan, you know, blowing on the, you know, actual surge protector itself and the, you know, smart plug and stuff like that, because, you know, like I said, you know, the more I thought about it, you know, the more I, you know, thought to myself, you know, I thought, you know, yeah, that guy's definitely right, you know, with it being, you know, drastically hot up here, you know, and stuff like that. You know, I probably, you know, honestly should have done this a while ago. You know, I probably should have thought, you know, more into this, you know, but I was just thinking, you know, you know, well, you know, I have it set up here, so I'm just going to leave it that way. But, you know, like I said, you know, that guy really, you know, did make me think about it, you know, when he told me about fire, you know, and I actually did have that in the back of my mind. You know, I actually had that in the back of my mind, you know, about a fire risk and stuff like that. And, you know, even my mom, even she told me a couple of times, she said, I don't know if it's safe to have that, you know, that gateway or that router or whatever it is. You know, she's not too tech savvy, so, but she knows that it was up here, you know, so she told me, you know, about a year or so ago, you know, when I first got it, you know, she told me, she said, I don't know if it's, you know, really safe for it to be up there in that, you know, excessive heat like that, you know, so, you know, I did have it in the back of my mind, but, you know, to be honest with you, I didn't want to do, you know, a lot of drilling or anything like that, but thankfully I didn't really have to do much drilling. I mean, that hole was pretty big over there, but, you know, if you look at the size of the cable, you know, that's a really thick cable, you know, so, but in, you know, all in all, you know, it's definitely worth it. You know, it's definitely worth it to have a better, you know, better reliability, you know, with the gateway, you know, / modem. You know, it's definitely better to have it core, you know, if you can have it in a core place, you know, buy by all means, definitely do it. So I was determined to actually do it. Like I said, I did it last night. It took me about an hour to get everything set back up and everything, but, I'm good to go now. I'm happy that I did it. I'm really glad that I did it, because I was thinking about it for a while, actually, before that guy actually made the comment. I've had people on Reddit comment as well. They tell me, oh, you shouldn't have a gateway or a modem or a router, or anything up in your attic. That's just not good, especially if the electric's not good up there, like I said, which is not, it's only, old, two-prong outlets up here. So, it's not going to be that bad now, that I only have, these two pedestal fans blowing. Obviously the light, that doesn't use much, electricity. That's an LED. I have another light plugged in back there. That's an older light, but it doesn't use much electricity. But, basically, that's the setup. That's my new setup now. I'm really glad that I, thought more about it, so this is probably going to be, the final setup, I'm hoping anyway. But, like I said, I am actually testing the Metro by T-Mobile, SIM card in there, and I have actually noticed, that I've gotten better upload speed, compared to yesterday, ever since I've actually been putting this fan on, blowing on the waveform 4x4 antenna, or it could be coincidence that the gateway is actually in air conditioned now. That could also be helping it as well. It could be between that and the fan blowing directly on the waveform 4x4 antenna. Like I've said before, if you keep it if you keep the gateway itself and the waveform 4x4 antenna or external antenna, whatever you have, the cooler that you keep technology, the more likely it's going to work out better for you. It's going to be more reliable. It's just going to be, overall, more reliable. If it's cool or if it's hotter, in the summertime or in the wintertime, whatever, you just have to, try to, keep it as cool as possible. I'm definitely glad, that I took that guy's advice, and I actually, moved my setup, down, and that's the thing, everything else is in my room. I have everything else in my room, my Raspberry Pi computers, my laptop, all that kind of stuff. So it kind of makes me feel better that it's actually down there, where, all my stuff is, my computer, my, just everything down there, that way I don't have to actually come up here, in the heat much. I'm still going to come up here and check on the fans, check on the antenna, every once in a while, check on the, the lights up here, everything, check on, everything, make sure there's no, like wasp nests or anything. But, basically I won't have to come up here as much is what I'm saying. So that's, that's definitely a plus for me. Like I've said, I can do most of the stuff on my phone, while I'm, either home, or while I'm, at work or whatever, when I get another job or whatever. But, or, out doing whatever, but, I can do most of the stuff on my phone, by, logging into the admin page of the gateway and all that kind of stuff. But, or, using a smart Wi-Fi switch or whatever, or Wi-Fi outlet or whatever. But it's definitely better to know that I don't actually have to come up here in the heat anymore, and manually unplug the gateway, if I have to or anything. I can just go into my room, now where everything else is at, and I can, if I'm having a problem or something, I can just unplug it, plug it back in. It's in an air conditioned room now. That's the main thing, that's actually in a better controlled room now, so it's not going to overheat or anything like that. So so that's definitely a good thing. That's definitely a good thing. So I figured that I would talk about this and let you guys know. Like I said, I like to keep you guys in the loop, and stuff like that. So so like I said, this should be the final setup. I'm not going to be up here very often. I'll come up here every so often, and check on the fans and everything, and make sure they're doing what they need to be doing, make sure that they're working and all that kind of stuff, and check on the outlets and everything, the surge protector and everything. But like I said, I'm definitely going to be putting a fan blowing directly on that surge protector over there, though. I might use that one, or I might use one of those other black fans that I have over there. I'm not really so sure yet, but, any fan would work. But, so, that's basically the video, guys. Like I said, I just like to keep you guys in the loop. Like I said, I'm really, glad that I, made the move. I'm really glad that I listened to that guy. Like I said, I probably should have listened to my mom, when she first told me that, but, I really didn't feel like drilling a hole through the wall and all that kind of stuff. I really didn't feel like doing all that. But I'm glad that I did now. It didn't really take that long. So I'm really glad, that I did that. I'm really glad that the gateway is in a, more controlled, environment than, being up here in a hot attic. It's actually 103 degrees up here. I can actually show you guys right there. And yeah, it is really hot up here. So I'm actually going to end the video and get down from here. I'm going to take one of these fans down with me. I'm probably going to, put one of them, when the, near the I keep saying SD card slot, but near the the SIM card tray, where the SIM card tray is on the gateway / modem itself, the Chester Cheetah gateway / modem. So that's basically the video, guys. Like I said, I'm really happy about this. I'm really happy that I did make the move, that it's in a more controlled environment now, downstairs. Not only that, it just looks better, being in my room, where I have all my other stuff, my computers, my Raspberry Pi computers, my my monitors, my stereo system, all that kind of stuff. It's just in a better area, that way I don't have to come up here as often, to mess with it or anything. Not that I really had to, but if I had to manually unplug it, or something like that, then yeah, obviously I would have to come up here, and manually unplug it and everything. I'll be honest with you, I hate coming up here and making videos. I really do, because it's so darn hot up here. So I'm definitely going to be glad that I can make videos, down in my room now, on the second floor, with an air conditioner in there and a fan, blowing. So that's definitely a good thing. But anyway, yeah, guys, that's basically the video. Like I said, I am going to be doing further thorough testing, on the Metro by T-Mobile SIM card that I actually have in the gateway itself. Like I said, I'm gonna, definitely, do thorough testing with that, before I actually switch, from the actual T-Mobile 5G home internet, to that, but for right now, it seems to be working very well, so we're gonna definitely do, thorough testing, before we actually make a decision on that. But if you guys don't actually know what I'm talking about, long story short, I actually have I actually went to Metro by T-Mobile. I have an actual tablet SIM card, and a tablet plan in there, that I actually got, and I bring the tablet home, and the tablet plan is only $20 a month for unlimited data, and everything like that. So basically what I did was I came home, and this is only going to work for third-party gateways, like I keep stressing, that allow, IMEI spoofing or IMEI revisions. So basically what I did was I got the 20 a month plan from the tablet. I bring it home and I spoofed the IMEI number using the Chester Cheetah version 2 gateway / modem, and then I put the SIM card from the tablet in there, so they actually think that I'm actually using the tablet, but I'm actually using the the third-party gateway, the Chester Cheetah version 2 gateway / modem, to get the actual home internet. So so if it works for us, that's going to be really good, because like I said, I'm currently unemployed, I'm currently on unemployment, but the less money that I have to actually fork out, the better, especially since I'm going to be driving soon. Like I said, I'm going to have to save up money to get my actual license, so I am going to be driving soon. Like I've said, I already have my permit. I actually went yesterday to get the I actually went through inspection yesterday for my car, so my car passed inspection, so that's definitely a good thing. So now all I have to do is take the driving test and get some more driving experience, you know, behind my belt, you know, before I actually schedule the driving test. But you know, it's definitely looking good. So, but the thing is, you know, I'm trying to save money, you know, not only you know, for now, but I'm also trying to save money, you know, in the future as well. So if I can get you know, away with, you know, being able to use that tablet SIM card, you know, with the unlimited data for only $20 a month, you know, then I'm, you know, definitely gonna do it, you know. So but anyway, you know, like I said, I have more videos on my channel, you know, talking more about that, you know, going more into detail. I'm actually gonna get down from here because it is getting very hot up here. I'm sweating my butt off. But, you know, like I said, you know, I will be making more videos, you know, on my channel, you know, here soon. I'll probably make some later tonight, or later today, you know, when it's still, you know, light out or something like that, you know, or maybe later tonight. You know, I'm probably gonna, you know, cool down for a bit, you know, take a break and stuff, you know, before I make any more videos, you know, clean up the attic a little bit and stuff like that, you know, get rid of some of the stuff up here, some of these fans and everything, and, you know, clean it up a little bit, and then, you know, go down and get something to eat and something to drink, you know, and just relax for a little bit. But so that's basically the video, guys. You know, like I said, I will be making more speed test videos and stuff like that. I'm definitely going to be testing this out more thoroughly. You know, I would think, you know, that I would get better speeds, you know, now that it's actually in a core environment. You know, I actually, you know, did say that, you know, I actually did notice that the upload speed, you know, actually did go back up. You know, when I put the, you know, the gateway, you know, the actual gateway, you know, in the AC environment. So that's the thing. You know, it definitely does perform better if it's core. And like I said, you know, I'm going to keep these two fans on, you know, that one over there and this one. You know, I'm going to keep these two fans on. This one's going to be blowing on the waveform, you know, 4x4 antenna itself. You know, like I said, I don't know if it really does anything. You know, I don't know if it really helps with it or not, but, you know, it doesn't, you know, hurt to have it anyway, you know, even if it doesn't. So, but like I said, you know, I'm going to leave the windows open up here and everything. You know, I'm going to keep this fan on, you know, blowing left to right, you know, on high. I'm going to keep that fan on high. You know, like I said, I don't know if it really does anything or not. And I'm also going to put a fan over there, you know, blowing directly on the surge protector itself, you know, that keep that as cool as possible. So, you know, like I said, I'm really happy about this. You know, I'm really happy that I did do this, you know, and, you know, made the, you know, put the gateway, you know, in a core environment. So that's definitely a good thing. But anyway, yeah, guys, like I said, if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, guys.